Hello everybody, this is Louisa from LA Paper Studio, and today I'm going to be working on a 2-page 12 by 12 scrapbook layout. It's one of my personal layouts, as I've told you guys before. I'm still running a little bit behind on my scrapbooks, so I'm trying to get caught up on that. This layout, also my cat is with me on the table, so you may see him at times, but this layout is going to be a zoo themed layout. It's a trip we took to California to the San Diego Zoo, so you'll probably it has more animals than my normal layouts would. For this layout I'm using paper from Recollections Mosaic Memories paper pad. I love this paper pad and you've seen me use it a lot in the past. Almost every scrapbook layout I have I try to use it just because it's very versatile and I love the colors. For my outer paper I'm just using a turquoise, and the way I cut this is, you know, my efficient, I've shown you before my efficient way of using 8.5 by 11 so that I can create two 12 by 12 layouts. And basically what I do is that I cut 8 1 inch by 11 inch strips, and then I square them to create the 12 by 12, and I repeat on this side, and that way you get 2 of those. And then for my paper I trim it down to this is 11 7/8 by 11 3/4, and then I flush it all the way to the end. And this is my paper. For my other pieces, I'm going to be using, this is also from the same Recollections paper pad, and this one is kind of a Mod Podge of things I put together. This is really, I used Cricut's Font and Basic Shapes, and I used the little part of the alphabet that gives you this little bracket, and I repeated it 4 times, and then I put a rectangle so I can get my cut this way. And then I went ahead and did the same, and this rectangle is a 3 inch, and this one is actually this one's a 2.5, and this one's a 4 inch. So once you put them together, they kind of bring the 2 pages together. And then I cut this piece of paper. This one's from a Hobby Lobby Basic Colors paper pad. They have it year round. It's all the basic colors and polka dots and whatnot. And this one was cut at 5.5 inches by 11 3/8 of an inch, so that it fits this page perfectly. And then from that same paper pad, or that same page, I cut one other strip so that I could continue it here, so it kind of continues and it gives this cool effect. And this one was cut at 5.5, and this one is 4 inches. And then for my layers, for my picture mats, I just have these solid browns to kind of continue the brown theme, and these ones are cut at 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. So I cut 3 of these, and these one will go here. And then these ones, this one's a 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, and this one is the same height, and then for the width is 4 3/4. And here I'm going to be putting a journaling piece, which I have yet to cut or chosen. I also used Cricut Create a Critter to create this cute little elephant, which I'm going to be putting probably somewhere around here. I also have this little monkey from Cricut's Create a Critter that's going to be hanging from a vine. and I cut the accessories to it. And this little panda bear, which is probably going to go here. And I know one of his little eyes did not cut through, but that's okay. That's kind of part of it. And finally, I cut this California silhouette from the 50 States Cricut cartridge, which they have had it for a while in the Cricut Craft Room for free, and I'm really happy that they have. And then lastly, I have these pieces that of green, it's a green strip, and I just cut them out and I inked around all my images using Memento's Rich Cocoa ink, and then I cut the strip using Stampin' Up's, the Stampin' Up border punch, and then I'm going to complete it over here. I also have this piece here, which I'm not sure if it's going to go on the top or on the bottom right now. So far I think it's going to go on the top. It's a marigold strip, and that one I cut using a Fiskars punch. Just going to complete it right through here. And then this is where my I'm going to be putting my sentiment, or not my sentiment, my title up here. I still haven't done much with this. I think I'm going to trim it down just a little bit more so you can see some of this gorgeous pattern paper, which I don't want to completely mask. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started and putting this together, and when we get back we should have a much more finished layout. Okay, everybody, this is a finished project. I ended up using a tag from my stash that I had either cut out or bought, and stamping it using Stampability's Journal with Flourish, which is my favorite journaling stamp. I use it a lot for scrapbooks so that I can use the lines. I didn't use the Flourish because it was a small area. And then I used some pink ribbon to add some other color to the layout. I also used some pink for pattern paper for the title here, and for the stickers that I use for my letter stickers. These are actually from my stash. They are probably 7 years old, so I'm not sure where I got them from, but they're just regular letter stickers. And like I said, I ended up putting the little California state figure here. This is basically my finished layout. The measurements for the cuts, which I don't believe I gave them earlier, are this was cut at 2.5, 2.5, and this little guy I kind of sized with, you know, just using Cricut Craft Room. But if you want to reproduce and you don't use Cricut Craft Room, you probably want to reproduce it at 3 inches height. And then the state is also cut at 2.5. So 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, and then 3 inches. So this is a finished layout. I think it turned out really cute. I can't wait to put my pictures and put it in my scrapbook. If you have any questions about any of the materials or any of the techniques that I used today, feel free to give me to leave a comment on the YouTube video or at my blog in the blog post if you're watching this from the blog post. Or and as always, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like these projects. If you want to see anything, any other type of projects, or need some inspiration for something, feel free to leave a comment or write me using the contact form on my blog. I try to respond to those pretty quickly. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my blog at lepaperstudio.blogspot.com. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you guys later.